Alright. Alright. We're back. I think everything's good. I think. Need to double check some stuff, yeah. I think we're okay. So yeah, we're doing Sonic 3. We did Sonic 2 last time. Okay, let's get started. What should we do? Should we do a Knuckles playthrough? Let's delete this. I like a clean thing. I was gonna do Sonic playthrough, but I don't know. Alright, let's do Sonic playthrough. That's what I wanted to do. Should have better performance this time because I'm using a better filter that's better optimized. Yeah, it's controlled a lot better. Still little hiccups, but oh, I think it's just because I'm running it in windowed mode, but only I'm noticing it. So I always go up and get that. All right, we'll get the Chaos Emeralds, I guess. Occasionally, I like to do a non-Chaos Emerald run. Wait a minute, did I forget those four? Yeah, I forgot them. I don't usually forget. Okay. Like, when I was a kid, I used to get all the rings. But it is so pointless. You get a perfect, but, I mean, all that does is just gives you a score bonus. I wonder if there's speedruns that go for perfects on the special stages. Okay, since we're doing a Chaos Emerald run, that means I need to find the Chaos Emeralds. You can spin dash through all those things and kill them all, but they only destroy if you get them from the sides, actually. Go over here for the 1-up. So I'm gonna miss some Chaos Emeralds, I know I will. So the Instant Shield in this game is kinda... it's very deceiving. Since it lasts so briefly, it's really only good offensively. It kind of just extends the range of his attack, that's it. Slightly. It's still useful against some enemies. Hold on. Just 1 second. Okay. If I screw up any of these special stages, I'm gonna be so pissed. Let me check real quick if I can somehow get this filter. Let me see. Yeah, XBRZ MT. Yeah, that's the correct one that I want. Yeah, I'm just like trying to see if I can improve performance a little bit. Just make it a little bit smoother. I think I really do need to play it on full screen in order to like make it properly smooth. But it's fine. It's playable. Like I said, it's just something that I'm seeing. Also, there's some Chaos Emeralds that you can only get as tails. So, can't do much about that. Let's get up here, man. There's good stuff up here. Oh, I can't get up there, alright. Oh, wait. I forgot that the thing is right here. This is not even gonna last that long because we already have the fire shield right here. And we need the fire shield in order to defeat this guy. I always like to switch it up to the water shield, bubble shield. So they have super rings like this, so all the noobs can experience special stages at least once. You know, they'll accidentally come across it and be like, hey, what's this? Wow, my nose is bothering me so much. Alright. It's like one little itch ruins everything. Okay, I'm just focusing a little bit because I don't want to screw things up. Say, let's see. Can't remember how many there are in total. It's probably like a total of 7 Chaos Emeralds, I think. Some games have fewer. I know that. I think the first game had fewer. So if you go down here, destroy that thing, and then you will get this spring thing here. At first it seems useless, but then you get this. Go all the way up for a 1-up. Then if you go here, you get another one. So if you're Tails, you can go up. And there's like secret stuff up there. But I'm not Tails, so can't do that. We go down here though, I think. Got that. You can get more than that. Okay, there is Super Ring over here. Just in the first zone, you can get 4 Chaos Emeralds. Okay, there's just one more. This is always the most annoying one. That's very tricky. I don't know, it's like a troll blue sphere. Like, they just decided to put that thing right there just to annoy everyone. You have to jump into it and it's like annoying. Alright. Damn it, I fucked up my one cycle. I fucked it up again. Alright, this time we wait. We patiently wait. Alright. And here comes the flying battery. So this is the flying battery. It's like a warship. Flying warship. Originally there was supposed to be a flying battery zone in Sonic 3, but it was pushed back to Sonic and Knuckles because they just didn't have time. They were on a deadline. So I think the flying battery zone was supposed to be after this zone. Probably should have played Sonic Complete. Whoa. You can get an extra hit there. I could probably get 2 extra hits, but just wanted to play it safe. So 2 cycles. I'm not sure if you can even get it in 1 cycle, but whatever. In any case, Hydrocity Zone is next. So despite you having a flame shield here, you immediately lose it, even before you hit the water in Hydrocity Zone. So go to the left here and you can get all these rings. It just saves you some time. You'll probably find it anyway, but it saves you some time to just get it right away. So you can go to the left and go up. Gives you another path, but it doesn't really give you more super rings unless you have Tails to help you. So I don't think it really matters all that much. That bounced me way higher than I wanted to be bounced. I think we could just go back this way. This is the coolest thing, seeing him run on water. I remember seeing ads for Sonic 3 and seeing that for the first time. It was so cool. We got some cool 3D effects here, parallax for the water, which is so awesome. Here's the one super ring that we can get. There's others, but they're annoying to get, or I don't even think you can get them with Sonic. So, get these. Okay. And there we go. I think you can get Supersonic as early as Hydrosity Zone. I'm not quite that good, or I think you need Tails. I think you need Tails. So we'll get them. We'll get Supersonic in the next zone. He always comes from the left, so spin dash to the right, then the opposite. Use that strat. The bubble shield helps a lot here. So, in the original Sonic 3, there was a spring here that would troll you, but they replaced it with a 1-up. They were kind for once. Once you make it to this point, you're safe. You can't get crushed. I really like the way Act 2 looks. I like Act 2 so much more than Act 1 because it has like all these nice purple and pink highlights, which look really cool. These tube things, half tube things, are really cool. Running on water is cool. Zooming around real fast is cool. You know, the 3D Sonic games, they kind of screwed everything up. Even in the good ones, Because, like, let's say, look at Sonic Colors, for example. Sonic Colors is a good game, but the problem is it's not a good 3D Sonic game because they couldn't make the game good, and I totally fucked up this part, and I have to go through all this BS. What was I saying? Sonic Colors had a weird philosophy. All the 3D portions of that game required no skill. It was just you going fast, but it was all automated. You didn't have any control over control of the character. And the reason why they did that was because they were trying to learn from the old games and say, hey, how did these games work? And they were like, oh yeah, speed is a reward. Ah, speed's a reward. Going fast, you only go fast sometimes, but other times you have to actually do platforming. So we'll just do that. We'll make it so that the 3D sections in that game are just the reward, and you go fast, but you don't really have any input, and it's not challenging at all. But all the like gameplay, the stuff that's actually challenging, is in 2D. That's bad game design. Oh, I pushed the button. I dropped my input. Oh, boy. That's bad game design because there's a psychological difference. In this game, everything's in 2D. So there's a super ring up there, but I think you need tails to get it, or at least like an electric shield or something. In this game, everything's in 2D, so the speed and the platforming are blended together properly. You don't notice, you know, any major difference between the speed sections and the platforming sections. They go together. By the way, this bonus stage, it looks really cool. I really like the 3D background effects. But all you get in it are rings. There's a weird glitch. I used to use that glitch when I was a kid. It's totally pointless. Whoops. God damn it. What the hell? There's a way to hit him with the insta-shield from underneath. I used to do it all the time as a kid. I don't know what the hell was going on there. Maybe it's some kind of weird patch. But like in Sonic Colors, going back to what I was saying, in Sonic Colors there's a psychological difference because you know there's a difference between the 2D section and the 3D section. They control differently, they look differently, the perspective is different, everything is different. And because of that, the 3D sections feel hollow. There's no meat there. It's just a veneer. And so you don't enjoy those sections as you're supposed to. Now, don't get me wrong, Sonic Colors is good. It just could have been better. And we could get better Sonic games. Anyway, I gotta concentrate here. Okay. Oh, there's like a little bit of input lag. It's very annoying. Alright. I really only have like problems with like the lagginess in the special stages. Like I feel like, you know, you need really precise everything in order to do those things properly. Luckily, like I'm good at them, so I can make it work. Anyway, yeah, so Sonic Colors, like Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations, you know, they had potential, and they're not bad. It's just they could be a lot better. What the fuck? Like, these glitches are annoying the hell out of me. And now I have to start all over at the beginning. Can you believe this shit? Like, and believe me, this is not like a new glitch. That has happened before, but it's like, it's so stupid. And it makes no damn sense because the thing was literally going up. Ugh. See, like I did it perfectly that time. What happened there? Anyway, if you keep going up, there is a super ring, but you need tails. There's one right here, but I'm pretty sure there's another one that's even further up. Okay, this is the last one. Okay, now comes the wild goose chase. There we go. Got lucky. It just keeps going faster and faster, so... You don't want that. So, unlike some of the later games, if you have a shield, you can't become Supersonic. Because what initiates it is the insta-shield. Why they didn't just map it to a separate button, I don't know. That's too high-tech stuff, I guess, for them. In Sonic 2, it was initiate just by jumping, and this one you initiate with... Okay, now we can do it. I don't know if it's just me, but like if you get speed up shoes when you're Supersonic, I think his acceleration's slower. I really believe that. He feels more sluggish. He actually slows down, I think. I don't know if it's psychological or what, but it definitely feels that way to me. Here's the most OP form of Supersonic with Electric Shield. All the rings come directly to you. The ultimate Supersonic would be Supersonic. Well, Hypersonic plus Electric Shield. By the way, you need this top to bust through those floors. You can't do it without it. Like, as a kid, that would frustrate me. I remember there was, like, this little kiosk, little gaming kiosk at Sears, and you could play Sonic 3 there, and like all the kids would play it, and they could never get past that part because they didn't know you need to use the top to do it. The top is the only thing that can bust through that shit. So as you can see in the background, everything's zoomed in. It's like Act 2 is a little bit different than Act 1. I like that. It's not the exact same shit. So if you spin dash this way, you can bust through that wall, or you can go down. I don't think either way is, like, better, necessarily. Hey, shortcuts. Oh, great. I need my Supersonic. I'm worried now. You get a super ring over here. Each super ring gives you 50. Hey, I can fly now. Nah, it's a little risky. Sometimes there might be like crushing things which can screw you up, so I prefer just to not use it. You can bust through walls just like Knuckles can. Awesome. Why did they put that stupid spring there? So annoying. I guess to prevent people from going in the mud. You go here, what do you get? All kinds of goodies. Whoa, whoa, what the fuck? We're not using any speedrunning strats here. We don't need to use whatever they call them. I forgot the name. It's a kind of glitch. There's a crushing thing nearby, I think. I don't know. Forgot the name of those things. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's a cool way of doing that. No matter what, you can't kill this guy here. No matter what you do, no matter how many times you hit him, but it'll count towards the total amount of times you have to hit him. So, no matter what, you have to hit him at least once when he's flying. Because they want to show off this cool part. This cool flying part, and also it's part of the stage transition. This is an awesome scene here, you know, you're just flying through the air and you're like, look at this, time is passing, you get a stage transition into night, and it transitions perfectly into Carnival Night Zone. So even though we don't have Tails as our buddy, he does come in for that one stage. Then he leaves forever. Okay, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, great. I think there might be a super ring here. I'm not entirely sure, honestly. There is. But how do we get up there? I don't know if I can get up there. Yeah, he just wants to kind of careen inside of it. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to get it officially. I guess maybe from above or something. Doesn't matter. We don't need it. We just need 50 rings. Is there a thing here? No. This always grossed me out as a kid. There's like balloons inside of that platform. Carnival Night in general kind of like freaked me out for some reason. It was kind of weird. Like I didn't like how it was like there was like electrical shit in addition to all the fun shit. But now I think it's cool. Probably shouldn't have gotten that. See, like, you see some, like, electrical panels and shit in the background. Not right now, but later on you do. Alright, what the fuck? So those circle things, those were taken from the Game Gear versions of Sonic. Except in this one you don't have to be in a ball to use the circle things, the wheel things. Like you can actually run in normal mode on them, which is pretty cool. But in the Game Gear versions, you always had to be in a ball. Whoops, that was not supposed to happen. Where am I? Did I, like, completely fuck up? Okay, I'm gonna do that. We're just gonna skip ahead here. This guy, you have to make him expose himself and then let that thing collide into that thing. Every time you hit that thing, it does that thing. Oh yeah, here's the thing. Here's the part where you get to see all the electrical shit in the background. This always freaked me out as a kid for some reason. But I think it's cool now. I was like, I don't like electrical shit. It scares the fuck out of me. When you play as Knuckles and you go through this part, all the water is removed. You actually see the gate down there. You see that? That was in the original Sonic 3. Before you could even play as Knuckles, that stuff was there. So that always just confused the hell out of me as a kid. I was like, how come I can't go through that? That's only for Knuckles. So it shows that, you know, they had intention to include Knuckles as part of, you know, the playable cast or something. They had ideas, but not all of it was worked into it, or they didn't have time, or whatever. We gotta go through all this again. Probably was better off not getting the super ring at all, but it's there. There's the Knuckles part again. See, this part would just confuse the hell out of you, because you're like, where am I supposed to go? You're supposed to go up this way. As Sonic. I wonder if originally Sonic was supposed to go through that wall, and then they just changed it as at the last minute as a pathway for Knuckles. I don't know. I really don't have any idea what's going on. Too many mysteries. Oh yeah. We're approaching the infamous barrel puzzle. The part that everyone who grew up in the 90s hated. Before the age of the internet. Before we could look things up on the internet and figure out how to get through all the parts that made us stuck. There would be stuff to make us totally stuck. And the barrel puzzle was one of them. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. I would love to talk to the level designer. I wonder who the hell it is. And just ask them, like, why did you do that? Do you realize how much you were tormenting us with that BS? And here's the weird thing, like, see, that wall, that breakable wall, is the same kind of wall that was before that only Knuckles could bust through, so it makes me think that originally Sonic and Tails were supposed to go through it, but then they changed it for Knuckles. I remember when I first learned about the infamous barrel puzzle, my sister told me about it because she played through this level before I did. And she told me, like, about it. That there was a part that she couldn't get through. Okay. Whoa, 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 what the hell? There's stuff up there. Goodies. Where the hell am I? Am I in the beginning of the level? Don't tell me this is the beginning of the level. Oh no. Can't be. No, it's not. I was confused as to where the hell we were. I don't know if it was a shortcut. Sometimes, like, you can screw up and, like, wind up back at the beginning of the level. So annoying. Alright, here's the infamous barrel puzzle. So you have to push up and down on this thing in order for it to go up and down. It's so stupid. This should have never existed, ever. Here's another trick that most people don't know, that you can actually just skip over half the level by jumping onto the second pole thing there. Like, as soon as I encountered it, I knew that you could do that. I'm amazed that a lot of people didn't know that that was a thing. It's like, I figured it out the first try, dudes. You don't need to even play through the level. There's like an invisible wall that separates you and Knuckles. I mean, like, you could go and kill him right now, but for some reason, they won't let ya. Super Sonic trivializes the bosses, but that's fine with me. So this is the first time after you beat a boss where you can actually control your character, which is kind of weird. So like when I first beat it, like I didn't know what the hell was going on. It's like, why can I control my character after I beat the boss? Here's the awesome snowboarding part that looks so cool in the commercials, but is totally pointless in the game because you can't control anything. There's no point. You can jump, but that's it. It has no impact on anything. It looks cool. Utterly pointless. The biggest gimmick in Sonic history. Looking cool, but having no actual gameplay. In the Game Gear equivalent to this game, which is Sonic Triple Trouble, but that game was called Sonic and Tails 2 in Japan, which I think is a better name. They did have a snowboard, and you can actually control it. Imagine that. I don't think it looks quite as cool, but the fact that you can control it makes it a million times better. If you're Knuckles, you bust through that giant ice pillar. I don't have time for those rings. I really don't. Not at all. Hey, guess what? Super Sonic has green eyes in this game. You can see them right there. People complain about Sonic having green eyes in the other game, in Sonic 4 or whatever. His Super Sonic form has green eyes, naturally. Pretty sure that's a reference to Dragon Ball Z. Sega will never officially admit it, but it is. It's a reference to Dragon Ball Z and all the Super Saiyans. There's no official proof of that, but it's so fucking obvious. I mean, he turns gold. His eyes turn green in the Sonic 3 version. I don't know if it does in Sonic 2, but it does in Sonic 3. So when you have the lightning shield, it burns through, like, ice. So, like, enemies can have, like, these ice things that protect them, like that. If you have the lightning shield, it burns right through it. So does the flame shield. Almost made it. The disadvantage is, if you go into water, then you're screwed. So if you don't get enough speed to get here, you'll be stuck in the underground, and everyone hates the underground. Why not? once again, you can control them, but you just go into that thing. This is a cool transition. It's showing like, okay, over here it's all icy, but now we go into this tropical paradise. Alright, so there's, if you suck at this game but somehow made it this far, all you have to do is just stay in this form and kill these guys. As you can see, the score goes up little by little. 1,000, 1,000, like, basically, at a certain point, you'll just keep on getting 1-ups if you keep on doing that. I'm not gonna do it because I don't need them. But that's what you can do. Damn it. There's some stuff I forget, like, or that I never knew. Like that spring over there. Play this game for years and you don't know about simple stuff like that? Yup, it happens. I shouldn't have gone that. Makes me more sluggish. Go down here. There's a super ring. When you hit that thing, it unlocks these two things down here. Was there a glitch? I'm stuck in like non-stop speed up music mode. Definitely want to get that thing. I missed the checkpoint, but I don't need it. This is a pretty long level. Like, even at Supersonic, we're approaching like 5 minutes. I mean, we're on 4 minutes. Probably going to be around 5 minutes when we beat it. I mean, that's pretty long for a level. Attacking that guy doesn't do you any good. I don't like to hit this guy right away because I want him to come down because he always goes up when you attack him. So just to make it kind of faster, you have to let him come down to you. Just 1 second. Okay. Almost made it. Go! 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 Oh, that's the troll. I forgot about that. That's the troll thing. I didn't even mean to become supersonic. That was an accidental transformation. Anything to the left? Nope. I'm always on the lookout for new secrets. What the hell? Where are we going? Oh, here we go. Forgot. And we're at the boss. So normally there's this invisible wall here, but it is possible to get around it. You need tails, though. Tails can lift you up. You can get to the other side of that invisible wall and cheese them. This is one of the coolest parts of Sonic. Like, this is the first time you ever seen Sonic on one of those egg flying things, whatever they're called. It's like he hijacks the egg ship. And this is a really awesome scene, just seeing like the death egg taking off, and you're seeing the underside and all the tubes and the leaky fluids. So those are supposed to be flame effects at the bottom. I never thought the flame effects looked very good. They're not animated at all, so they just look like poles. That's one of the things I'm not a big fan of. And that's it. So, Big Arm does not... You don't get the Big Arm fight when you play as Sonic in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but you do get him, obviously, in Vanilla Sonic 3. But you do fight him if you play as Knuckles. I think Sonic 3 Complete restores the Big Arm fight. I think. Then we get this really cool cutscene here. Now we gotta get all the Chaos Emeralds all over again. So as long as you got all the Chaos Emeralds in the Sonic 3 portion, then you get all of the deactivated Super Emeralds, which will allow you to go into the Sonic and Knuckles special stages. which then allows you to get the Super Emeralds. Sonic and Knuckles special stages always were kind of weird. Like, I could never memorize them properly. I think most people feel the same way. They're just, like, more confusing. Too much stuff going on here. Now I gotta find these stupid things. Where is it? I wish there was a map. You know, a map is such a great idea for these levels. Because you're wandering around aimlessly. Oh, here we go. Even a guy like me who's played this game since I was a kid, like, I still don't remember exactly where everything is. How is a noob supposed to know? There's a really cool scene where you see the Super Emerald have its energy restored to it. And you get a glimpse of Hidden Palace Zone, which is really awesome. Hidden Palace Zone in this game looks great. That was a flub. How the hell did we not go fast there? So, unfortunately, I don't remember all the exact Chaos Emerald Super Ring locations. So we'll just have to wing it. And once you're in the Sonic and Knuckles portion of the game, you can no longer turn into Super Sonic, so you can't cheese the game anymore until you restore power back to the Super Emeralds. Okay, I'm not entirely sure, but maybe... Actually, I don't know. Okay. I think you gotta go down here. Yeah. This is the only one I can really remember. Input lag is like really bad for the special stages. I really don't like it. I always feel gimped. Those things are so obnoxious. Those things that hold you down. The only way to get rid of them is to spin dash. Spin dash through them. This guy's really easy. All you have to do is just literally stay here. Like, I don't know why they decided to make it so that you could just stand underneath him and just kill him. I mean, what's the point of him chopping the wood? It kind of, like, deletes the whole purpose of the fight. Did anyone ever have any problems with that boss ever? Even noobs? There we go. I'm not doing these in any particular order, just some order. This is one of the weirder ones. Let's see if this leads anywhere. Yep. Alright. That's good. I'm getting more of the Chaos Emeralds than I thought I would on the first zone. Whew, that was close. I was getting a little nervous. That's another very confusing level. could be something down here. Let's go and see. Nah. Looks like that's it. Oh wait, this one. There's one more. Oh, damn it! Ugh, man. See? You see what happens? Flying Battery has some, but I'm not that good at finding all of them. That might be... Well, let's just go here. Get a shield. There, that's good. Once again, you can cheese the boss by just literally attacking him on the right while he's just standing there doing absolutely nothing. And you only have to hit him 3 more times? Here's another glitch. He's supposed to be looking up at that thing, but since he's in this weird animation, he's not doing it. There he goes. Yeah, they redesigned the Flying Battery. Interesting. From Sonic 3. Underwent a transformation. Let's see if I can find the super rings here. Over here is a 1-up. Make sure you get it. Not even gonna waste my time with all those rings. I don't need them. I really don't need them. And I don't need to go there either. You can go up if you have tails, but, well, I don't. Let's see. Nope. Wait a minute. There are some spikes you can push, and that'll reveal secrets. I need to pay attention to what I'm doing here. Here it is. Let's try that again. Alright. Wish I got that the first time, but let me think. I don't know if I can... Like, I know there's more super rings in Flying Battery, but I don't know exactly where they are. I'll just have to kind of move those spikes. Anytime you see those spikes near those things, you might want to try move them. Sandopolis has super rings, but you really need tails to get them. Oh, that was close. I am not used to this area at all. This is getting more and more annoying. Is there anything over on the left here? There is, but it doesn't help. And I'm right back to where I was. Okay, great. Okay. I may have missed one or two. Lava Reef Zone has super rings, but again, I'm not entirely sure where they are. We'll see. It's not the end of the world if we don't get them. It just makes Death Egg Zone a little bit easier for me. We'll go this way. Haha. I am not waiting. Not at all. This might not be the best idea. I might be missing out on super rings now that I think about it. Oh well. Anything? Anything? Can't push that one. Yeah, I missed it. Oh well. I was supposed to go the other way, instead I went up. Oh well. This part can be tough if you're new to the game, but it's not that tough for me. Not for me. Let's see, so there's this one, Sandopolis, Lava Reef. I think Lava Reef is the last one where you can get any super rings. After Lava Reef's Hidden Palace, there's nothing there. The hell, man? That was close. Yeah, Lava Reef, then you have Hidden Palace, Sky Sanctuary, and then Death Egg. We can still do Doomsday Zone. As long as you get all the Chaos Emeralds, you can do it. So this level is kind of similar to Dust Hill Zone, aka Mirage Saloon, except this one has an Egyptian vibe, whereas Dust Saloon has a Wild West vibe. I was just checking to see if there was anything down there. Sometimes you can fall down pits like that and find some stuff. We'll try to do as much of that as we can. I don't really care about losing lives. I don't want to like waste too much time though. But lives, I don't care about. So there's this thing that goes to the left, but I don't think there's anything there. Let's see what's up here. Any goodies? Got fucked again. I don't know, is there anything down here? Probably not. Oh wait, there is. I mean, if I go to the left here, is there anything? Whoa. Damn it. I'm just trying to keep my eye out for anything that looks suspicious. But I'm not detecting anything. Oh man, I missed it. The one super ring in the whole damn game, and I missed it. Unbelievable. Damn it. Well, we probably won't get hypersonic. Oh well. Hey, J-Mill. I haven't seen you in forever. How are you doing? Good old Sonic, yeah. What's new with you, man? You still streaming? Have you seen the film yet? Oh, the Sonic film? Nah. I mean, I'll watch it at some point, but like video game movies are such trash. I mean, at least this one has Jim Carrey in it, so like it has that going for it. It looks like it could be funny. You know, it doesn't seem like it takes itself too seriously. Um, so like by video game movie standards, it actually looks like it could be okay. Um, but I'm not exactly rushing to the theaters to watch it, you know. Just been busy with school and whatnot. Still stream. Heard it's actually not bad. Yeah. Like, at least by, you know, video game movie standards anyway. So, what are you studying in school? And what are you streaming these days? So that thing releases the ghosts, but there is a way to avoid releasing them. SMB movie, yeah. Yeah, I never actually saw that stupid movie, the SMB movie. I should watch it one day. Just like I remember seeing the commercials for it as a kid, and just thinking this looks nothing like the video game. It's garbage. Mario 64. Computer engineer major. You know, I actually briefly, I briefly was majoring in computer engineering. But that's only because I was incorrectly signed up for computer engineering when I wanted to do computer science, so that was a big mess. But that's really cool. Computer engineering. Should never watch it. Yeah, it looks like garbage. I guess maybe it's like a good movie to watch if you're like drunk or something. Like drunk with a couple of friends and just want to watch some shitty ass movie and make fun of it. Computer science 90% of computer engineering, really? That's the other thing. Like when I finally did computer science, I wasn't good at it either. Like I always wanted to get into computer science because I wanted to make video games, you know, but like I'm just not good at computer programming. Like I think some people really just need to have a knack for it. And I didn't have that knack. What I should have done though was graphic design. Like and tried to do graphics for video games, but well, too late now. Don't know if anyone's ever truly good at it. I had a friend who was just like a computer science whiz, you know, just like a wizard with programming. Like he just knew all the ins and outs and everything, like very skillful. And like I remember in my computer science classes, like they were just like some computer wizards, you know, like they could code things up, no problem. Like, meanwhile, I'm like just have no fucking clue what I'm doing. Constantly asking for help with your codes. Yeah, that was me. Yeah, me too. If you ask me to program something, I can't do it. I just don't have those skills. So how's the speed running going in Mario 64? Like, have you made, like, what's your rank right now? Mm-hmm. So what computer languages do you use? Do you use like C++ and stuff? Haven't gotten many PBs of late. Yeah, at a certain point, you know, it just becomes harder and harder to do all the skips, right? Java? Oh, really? Isn't that mostly like a web-based programming language? I see. Yeah, I know some JavaScript, and despite the name, JavaScript actually has nothing to do with Java. I don't really know why they have, like, the same name. But yeah, I know how to do some things in JavaScript, but it's nothing special. JavaScript is kind of like noob shit, you know. It's the starter programming course at your school? Oh, really? I thought, like, they might use BASIC or something. Let's just hit this thing. Python? I heard of Python. Okay, we got the boss here. So, like, what's your ultimate goal from learning computer engineering? Like, what do you want to, kind of job do you want to do with it? Do you want to make video games like I used to, or like do you have other aspirations? Like, if I knew how to program, I would just be applying to like every video game company. Anything that makes good money. So you're a money kind of man, really? Yeah, I would love to make video games, or work at like a video game like a reviewing company or whatever, like IGN. I mean, maybe one of these days I might try to apply, but I'm too afraid of rejection. You know what I'm saying? But I would make a great video game reviewer. You were a history major, really? Why'd you give that up? Yeah. I mean, you would have to teach, right? Yeah, history teacher. Like, what can you do with a history major other than teaching, right? There's nothing else you can do with it, right? You would have to just teach, and teaching doesn't pay a lot. You want to be a teacher? I see. I would like to be a teacher too, but I don't want to do any of the work, you know? Like, it's too much work. And I hate doing work. I just want to teach and, like, fill people's brains with knowledge. Remember that guy, Ty Lopez, on those YouTube commercials? Knowledge! But, like, doing work sounds so bad. Yeah. Other than teaching, if you get a PhD, you can do museums and studies and stuff? Oh, okay. Museum studies. Dude, like, I would like to be a paleontologist, you know, and like study dinosaurs. But like again, like it's like every like cool profession, they always gotta fill it with like so much boring bullshit too, just to make it worse. It's like they want to intentionally discourage people from like choosing fun professions. Alright, I gotta concentrate on this because these levels are hard as fuck. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Go here. Like there's some weird input lag on my end, so that makes these stages a million times harder. Nothing there. Where is everything? 16 more? There we go. Whoa. 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 Did I miss something here? There we go. Whew. I was getting a little nervous. So there's only one more Super Emerald left, but I don't know if I can find another Super Ring in order to get it. Maybe. So what about, what other games are you playing, like, offline, off-stream? Are you playing any games in your free time at all? ROM hacks? Which one would you say is the best one? I've been thinking about trying some ROM hacks too, but like, I tried Rainbow Road or whatever it's called for Super Mario 64, but I didn't like it. I don't know. It just didn't feel right. It was like all janky and I didn't like it. You and your buddy play some PC games. What kind of Star Roads? Star Roads? Yeah, that's the one I tried. I couldn't get into it though. Maybe I'll give it another shot. I don't know. I want something that like captures, you know, like the essence of the original level design of Mario 64. Oh, it was made in 2019? Then maybe I'm thinking of a different one. Oh, Star Revenge is the one that's made in 2019. I gotcha. Okay. I mean, let's face it, you know, like the level design in Mario 64, like when you play these ROM hacks, it just like makes you appreciate the level design in Mario 64 all that much more, you know? Like it's just, it was so good right from the start. Never played Mario 64 casually, really? So like you weren't a fan of Mario 64 before you started running it? Like I played Mario 64 when I was a kid. Like I remember my first job, I used the money I saved. I just saved up money and I used it to pay for a 64, sort of. I kind of actually just used my sister's money to buy it initially, but I had to pay her back later, and then the console was mine. And yeah, Mario 64 was the first game I bought, of course, because what else would you get for a Nintendo 64, especially back then? Have you played Mario Odyssey? Always mix up the direction here. When I first played Mario Odyssey, like, I actually didn't like it as much as speed ran it and beat it casually. When you first played it, did you say to yourself, you know, this is at least like, yeah, definitely Mario Odyssey grew on me, but like when I first played it, give me that ring. Oh boy, this is bad. No. I think that's the first time I died. When you first played it, did you not like it? Because I know that when I first played Mario Odyssey, I didn't like it as much as Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine. Because, I don't know, like, you first played it, thought, wow, this is dope, really? So you were a fan right from the start? Yeah, absolutely. Like, the control, the camera, like, all of that beats the pants off of Mario 64. But, like, from a level design perspective, like, I thought the levels were a little barren. I thought it was a little barren when I first played Mario Odyssey, especially compared to, like, Sunshine and 64. You know, so it just felt kind of boring to me when I first played it. But then, like, once I beat it and I did all the post-game stuff, like, that's when, you know, the real Dark Souls began for me, so to speak. Super Mario Sunshine can suck a dick as a speed game, let me tell you. One of your favorites for casuals. Yeah, I can understand that. I'm sure it's a very technical game from a speedrunning perspective. Ah, shit. I'm gonna die again. Alright, fuck it. Let's go here. I don't know why I'm, like, messing up at that one spot. Galaxy games were the worst? Really? I love the Galaxy games. I love Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2. And I love 3D World. In fact, I prefer them... fucking hell. I prefer Galaxy 1, Galaxy 2, and 3D World over the non-linear Mario games. I know, like, a lot of people disagree with me on that. Like, a lot of people prefer, especially, like, Mario 64 fans. Why do I keep fucking up? It's because, like, I gotta concentrate a little here. Hold on. I'm not timing this right, and I don't know why. Wow! Are you fucking kidding me? I knew that was gonna happen. Yeah, I'm one of those people that prefers the linear style. When it comes to the 3D games. So, like, we're always at war with the non-linear people. What the fuck? Alright. This is the emulator. I'm blaming this on the emulator. This is not my fault. This bullshit. The input lag, there's input lag. And it's fucking me up. Great. Just took the safe strat. Yeah, the OG Super Mario Bros. Games were great. Oh yeah, absolutely. I consider them to be like separate categories, like the 2D Mario games. Like I just think of them differently because they're just so different, right? So, like Mario 1, Mario 3, Mario 2 is just Doki Doki Panic. Unless you count the real Mario 2, which are the lost levels or whatever. And Mario World. My favorite is Mario 3. Yeah, I like Mario 3 a little bit more than Mario World. I really love Mario World, but... What the hell, man? I'm not even sure where I was supposed to go here. Mario 3 is your favorite? Yeah, Mario World, I like it a lot, but the reason why I don't like it as much is because I didn't like the ghost houses. I didn't like the puzzle-oriented levels, which is kind of weird because I do love puzzle platformers, but puzzle platformers are like a different beast than, you know, action-based platforming game that has puzzle levels in it. And I also didn't like how you had to find secrets in order to, like, progress in the main game. You know, like, the Forest of Illusion. Like, I was stuck on that stupid area for the longest time because I didn't know how to get through it. And it's like, I need a strategy guide in order to get through it, and finally I did, and... It's like... That kind of turned me off to it, but I still love it. It's still a great, fantastic game. And I also like the new Super Mario Bros. Series. Definitely New Super Mario Bros. Wii and New Super Mario Bros. U are the best. The DS games are... they're okay. So, that's how you were with Super Metroid? Yeah, Super Metroid had like a few obtuse moments, like that time when you have to use a super bomb to destroy the glass and stuff. But I love Super Metroid. I'm one of those people that doesn't really like Metroid Prime, actually. Like, and I know that saying that makes people enraged and want to kill me, I guess. But I'm just being honest. Like, I beat that game twice, and I couldn't get into it. And the funny thing is, that's the first Metroid game I ever played. Like, I played that before. I played that before Super Metroid. So I'm definitely more of a fan of the 2D games. And... like, I know they're making a Prime 4, and I'm definitely gonna get it. But I wish they would try the third-person perspective again. Like, they tried it with Other M, and they failed with Other M. But that was just poor execution. It's not because the perspective was bad. Like, they screwed up that game in so many different ways. It was ridiculous. Like, they screw up the control, so you had to use the D-pad to control a 3D game, which is ridiculous. And they screw up the story, they made it too linear. Lots of problems with that game, but it had potential. Prime 2 was your favorite? Prime 2, I played all the way up until, like, the last area of the game. I forgot the name of it, but it's that techno place, which looks kind of cool. I'm gonna hit that. And I lost all my rings, okay. But the problem was... my game kept crashing. There was some weird bug, it didn't like my console or whatever. so the game would randomly crash. And you gotta remember, Prime and Prime 2, you can't save anytime you want. You have to go to those save stations. So random crashes in a game like that are devastating. You could spend hours making progress and then, oops, random crash. Well, sucks for you. So, because of that, I just gave up. My impressions on Prime 2, I didn't like it as much because I didn't like the color palette that they used. It was like, it wasn't as colorful as Prime 1. Like, it blended purple with black, and, like, I don't know, those are very depressing colors for me, like, if you combine them together. Like, it's an interesting palette choice, but there were a lot of darker colors used in that game, you know? I did like some of the suits, though, like, you had the dark suit, you had the... Man, I fucked up. Yay, I fucked up. You know what, I'm just gonna kill myself. We can try this again. Prime 2 just played better. Yeah, it had some pretty good ideas. Actually, you know, I like Prime 3 the best, I think. Prime 3 I remember enjoying more than the other games. Alright, here we go. Now we can go all the way to the bottom. You ever play Prime 3? So for this enemy, you don't actually attack him directly, you have to just let these things collide with him. Skyward Sword is the best Zelda game. You know, I don't know if you ever saw it, but I streamed that game and I beat it finally. I met this guy when I was streaming it who considers it to be the best Zelda game. That's his favorite Zelda game. Oh yeah, you were for that stream. Yeah, I can't remember. It was a long time ago. Yeah, you know, here's the thing though. I always hated it before, but when I played it and I beat it finally, I liked it a lot more than when I initially played it. You know, I did a full review of that game. But basically, like, when your expectations are different, like when they're shifted and you know, like, what to expect, and you know that it's a more linear game, then you can at least appreciate it for what it was. A Switch remake for it. Yeah, I don't know. You know what I want? I want, like, a new Zelda game that doesn't use, you know, cel-shaded graphics anymore. You know, I'm so sick and tired. Like, it's not that I hate it. It's just so many games used it. You know, the cartoony look. Like, Wind Waker used it. Skyward Sword used it. Breath of the Wild used it. Phantom Hourglass used it. Spirit Tracks used it. Yeah, something like that. I mean, Twilight Princess, I liked. But I didn't like it as much as Majora's Mask. I really love Majora's Mask. But I want, like, an open world style, like just like Breath of the Wild, except open world. Oh, it's your second favorite? Ocarina of Time being one? Yeah, like, I always, like, alternate between those two as to which one I like more. Because I like them both in different ways. You know, Ocarina of Time has a better main quest, whereas Majora's Mask has better side quests and more things to do. Really, you don't like Majora's Mask? Well, I mean, you're not alone. Like, that's a very polarizing game too. Like, there's people who love it like me, and then there's people who really hate it because they didn't like the time mechanic. See, that's the thing. They didn't like the pressure of the time mechanic. But, like, once you're used to the game, like, you know how to spend your time accordingly. You know how to slow down time. You know when is a good time to reverse time. So, for me, it was never a problem. Didn't love the idea. I feel ya. Breath of the Wild, I love that game. But I wish they weren't making Breath of the Wild 2. I wish they were making like a totally different Zelda game, you know, like with a different art style. But we don't know anything about Breath of the Wild 2 yet, so... And I know I'm gonna love it anyway. It's just... I would prefer if they made a different, like, kind of Zelda game. Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. I wonder when we're gonna see new footage of it. I mean, we don't have any info about it at all. Guess we just gotta wait and see. There's no such thing as a terrible Zelda game. I can tell you. A terrible Zelda game. I don't know if I told you this, but I did a Zelda-thon, like, last year or so, and I beat every single Zelda game in the main series. And playing through all the Zelda games, like, yeah, they're all great, except for Four Swords Adventure. Now, here's the thing. If you play that game the way it was intended, like, with, like, 3 other buddies and playing with the fucking Game Boy Advances and all that, like, I'm sure it's good. But if you play Four Swords Adventure as a single-player game, that thing is a piece of shit. It is so boring. I hated it so much. Now, here's the funny thing, though. Four Swords for the Game Boy Advance... Remember, there's 2 games. Four Swords for the Game Boy Advance, and then you have Four Swords Adventure for the GameCube. And technically, Adventure is an improved version. I played Four Swords on emulator with a friend. And since I played on emulator, I could do the multiplayer, and I could, you know, do 2-player and stuff like that. So playing that game the way it was intended, multiplayer, was a lot of fun. So ironically, I actually liked Four Swords more. Than Four Swords Adventure. But I have no doubt that if I played Four Swords Adventure the way it was intended to be played, I would have loved it too. It's just, how do you play that game in modern times the way it was intended? Like, it's just so stupid and ridiculous that you need to have the game, you need to have a GameCube, you need to have 4 Game Boy Advances and 4 link cables. Get the fuck out of here. Like, they were pushing so hard for the link cable, connectivity. You know, that would be, if you want to talk about remaking a game, that's a good game to remake, because then they could put that on a Switch and have online, or whatever. You know, like, that could easily work. Because how the fuck are you supposed to play that game now? Hey, let me bust out my Game Boy Advances. All 4 of them. And my link cables. Who the fuck has all that shit? No one. There's no way you can play that game today and actually have a good time with it. Yeah, I would love for them to remake it and have online. You have all of it? I should go over your house then. We could play it the way it was meant to be played. I have a GameCube, I have the game, and that's it. I don't have any Game Boy Advances. I have a DS. Oh, I'm sorry. Nah, I would love to play it. I would love to play with all that shit. It's just I don't have it. I don't have any of that stuff. It actually wasn't the only game that tried that idea. There was also a Final Fantasy game called Crystal Chronicles, and I think that was remade. And I think it's on the Switch too, even? I can't remember exactly. Here's Mecha Sonic. A lot of people get Mecha Sonic confused with Metal Sonic. You don't like Final Fantasy? What about Final Fantasy VII? Are you gonna get the remake of that or no? Because that's gonna be a huge game. Everyone's gonna be talking about it. I'll get the remake of Final Fantasy VII eventually. I'm not gonna get it, like, day one, but, you know, at some point. Never cared for any. Never were a fan of the JRPG style. I mean, turn-based combat, I definitely can see how that would not appeal to some people. In fact, for me, I've outgrown most JRPGs. However, Persona 5, I absolutely love that game. Always try games before shitting on them. And that's a good way of doing it, yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with not wanting to try a game that doesn't appeal to you, but, you know, obviously if you're gonna critique the game, then absolutely, yeah, you need to play it first. Play lots of different genres now. I have a very diverse taste in video games. Yeah, fuck. Halo Wars, isn't that an RTS game? Shit. What am I doing? Love strategy games like that. Have you tried StarCraft or the Warcraft 3 remaster? I actually recently, like, I used to play well, I did play StarCraft a ton when I was a kid. Well, a high schooler anyway. But the game I'm talking about that I got recently was Warcraft 3. Age of Empires 2. You know, that's one of the games that I have it. I have a version of it. But I never played too much of it, but it always looked intriguing, but it was always like really complicated for me. Like there's like so many different units that's a little overwhelming, you know, and like there's so many resources that you gotta gather. So that's why it kind of always like kind of intimidated me, sort of. 7.5 hours, wow. And you won? Nice. Yeah, RTS matches can go on for a long time. They're not short. After a few games you understand it. Yeah, maybe one of these days I should really sit down and... They even have a remake of that game with remastered graphics, so definitely I'll try that out. Did you hear that they're coming out with Age of Empires 4? I only saw like a little brief teaser trailer for it, but it looks gorgeous. Yeah, the definitive one. And that's the latest one. Age of Empires 4 looks so good. Beautiful. It's like a modernized AoE 2. I never tried AoE 3, but I heard that game was not up to the high standards of excellence that AoE fans demand, but I always thought the graphics in that game looked pretty good too, but AoE 4 looks even better. MS Flight Simulator coming out. When I was a kid, I played flight sims. Like, that's one of those genres that died out mostly. Like, when I was a kid, I liked the combat simulators. Like, I liked playing, like the F-22 combat simulators. Because, like, I'm a big military nerd when it comes to military technology. So, like, I was a big fan. I also had, like, this Apache Longbow flight sim, but, like, those flight sim things, unfortunately, they... kind of like a dead genre. Aside from, like, I guess the civilian flight sims. Like, they don't make the military combat flight sims anymore. Know a few things about the military? Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, when I was a kid, I had this really cruddy, like, flight sim that ran on PC DOS and had CGA graphics. Like, it was so shitty, and, like, I guess that turned me off to, like, civilian flight sims, because I never understood what the point was. You just fly around and don't do anything. It was like, it was just boring. And in fact, in that game, I don't even think you could land. Like, once you take off, that's it. You fly forever. Alright, this guy I gotta concentrate a little bit on. Okay, I'm tanking a lot of hits, but that's because... oh boy. Alright, this is gonna be tough. I don't know if I can beat this without any rings. Nope. Yeah, I love aircraft too. Did I tell you that I used to be a helicopter pilot student? I never completed my training though. I got 40 hours, which is actually enough to get your license, but I never got it. Dad worked on them in the Air Force while you worked on them in the Navy. Yeah, I remember you said that you performed maintenance on them and also did the pre-flight. You worked with pilots and did the pre-flight with them. Sub-hunters? Oh, okay, so they were military helicopters. That's pretty cool. Come on! How many hits does this fucker take, man? There we go. Maybe one day I'll complete my training, but it costs a lot of money. So, probably not. As for combat sims, the closest thing to like a real combat sim are MechWarrior games. Like when I was a kid, I was a huge MechWarrior fan. Like I thought the future of military like weapons were mechs. I mean, I was a big MechWarrior fan, so like the closest thing is we got MechWarrior 5. Yeah, MechWarrior 5. Newer game called Tabs? I never heard of that. What kind of game is it? Don't tell me it's a mech game. Get over there. Totally accurate battle simulator? Is it totally accurate though? It's goofy? Oh, okay. So it's kind of like Goat Simulator, I'm assuming? It's hard to explain. Ah. Well, take a look at it later. See what it's all about. It's one you have to watch a video on, to be honest. Yeah, maybe I'll look it up on YouTube or something. That fucker. Getting close to the end of the game. But yeah, MechWarrior 5 is one game that I'm gonna get at some point. It's just like I have so many games to play that it's hard to really like know what the hell I want to play because like it's a big time investment, you know? So if you're gonna spend a lot of time with a game, you gotta really choose wisely. Gonna get going? Okay, no problem, man. Thank you for stopping by. You should definitely stop by more often. It was good to catch up with you too. Absolutely. Yeah, I'll try to stream more. There was a time when I wasn't streaming much at all. But now I'm going to be streaming more often. I've also been thinking about switching over to Mixer. I don't know how you feel about that, but I haven't really decided yet. But we'll see. Damn it. See you later, J-Mill. How many hits does this guy take? This is like one of the most annoying bosses because like of how many hits it takes to kill this fucker. There we go. Luckily, when you beat this guy, it goes straight to this guy. So the way we do this, we come over here. There's pretty good speed strat. Quick kill strat. Just do this. But you can definitely screw yourself here. Like, alright. Oh no! Good. That was close. It's not over yet. Good. Alright, we get Doomsday Zone. So speeding up in this area doesn't do you any good. You just have to wait. Like, if I go fast here, it doesn't do anything. Shit. So once we're at this point, we just want to get those missiles to hit his head. Don't worry too much about the bullets. They're not too... They don't push you back too far. There we go. So this is the part where you have to play catch up. There we go, and that's it. Game over, man. Yay! We saved the world! But if you turn it into, like, if you get all the super emeralds and then the master emerald glows, then the floating island goes up into space and everyone dies. Okay, that last bit is not true, but it does go up into outer space. Let's restore the power to the floating island. Actually, the official name, the real name of this thing is Angel Island. But, like, they left out that detail in the Sonic 3 manual. But the name of the first zone is still called Angel Island. And also, Angel Island did make a reappearance in Sonic Advance 1. It's like one of the hardest fucking levels in the game because it's filled with bottomless pits. I like the ending theme, it's pretty good. Brad Buxter. I just saw it. One of the sound guys. I need to pay more attention to the sound guys. Because Michael Jackson worked on this game. But they don't credit him. We know that they don't. Hisaki Namiya. We need to contact all these sound guys and, like, maybe one of them can leak the Michael Jackson music. Like, apparently there are other Michael Jackson tracks in this game. We did get some Michael Jackson tracks. We did. But not all of them. It seems like they did absolutely take out some tracks. Like, what I think happened was Michael Jackson did music for all the levels and stuff. Then he didn't like the way it sounded, so they took out most of his songs, but left in some. and then they replaced like 3 of them, like Ice Cap and stuff, with crappy music. The one that was in the PC version, we know that that was the original music because the beta had it. And I think they realized, this music fucking sucks, so we're gonna redo it. But the Michael Jackson tracks exist somewhere. We gotta get them leaked. All right, and that's it. I think maybe the next game I'll stream might be Rise Star, but I'm not sure. I just kind of want to try it. Anyway, good night.